up to the boys. Fox and Shane, set your minds free, no locks and chains. Do what you love, roll the dice. 50-50, we cold as ice. One thing cold, but a penny town red. Can't let that shit down in my head, war gaming.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Hobby Homies. We are your weekly tabletop podcast. I'm Shane, hanging out with Fox.
Hey, what's up?
And of course, we have Churchy.
In the void.
In the void. Today, we are looking at our hobby projects. I'm thinking in light of 10th edition,
Yeah.
Shatterpoint,
Yeah.
our plans that from the start of the year have probably changed. So, yeah, bit of a refresh through that, see what we're doing and what's changing.
And I think, yeah, like you said, those are two pretty monumental things that have happened in the wargaming scene. Shatterpoint being released and 10th edition coming out.
Yeah.
It is out.
It's out.
It's out.
The rules are out.
Yeah, you can play it right now if you
want
wish.
to.
So if you are someone who likes to tune into Hobby Homies, you're a psychopath. But if you like to tune in to listen to content about a game, this is only going to be loosely. This is more about our hobby.
Yep.
We made some plans at the start of the year. Now we're shifting course a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
And I think doing stuff like this helps me. I like to think about the games I'm going to be focusing on moving forward, because the games are what actually gets me painting stuff.
Yes.
Whereas if I like write a list, which I've tried to do like before, I posted one in the Discord like maybe a month or two ago, and I fully intended to do this list and just work through it and just be disciplined and go for it. I didn't even start.
On that list, you had projects. You had like finish X amount of crew, paint Grey Knights.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it just didn't work for me because what gets me motivated is playing games. I'm pointing across to a
You
table.
gesture at the table, ready to go as soon as we finish recording.
Yeah, it's a Shatterpoint game of which we got this box 2 weeks ago. Less than 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And it's almost entirely painted
You've done well.
because I'm motivated to play a game.
Hell yeah.
So anyways,
That's what it takes.
having said all of that, kick us off, Shane. I want to hear about, do you remember what kind of stuff you hoped to do?
I hope to do more battle reports.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's not happening yet.
Okay.
But it will.
Okay, yeah, okay. Sure.
Now that we've got a better setup for our camera, not some tripod that's like hanging
That's
with
right.
a camera on the end of it, just on a 45-degree angle. That's
We had some makeshift shenanigans.
the wrong breath in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
It was coming down.
Yeah, it was.
It was coming down, crashing down.
And you've got like a full mount now, kind
Oh
of.
man, that thing is legit.
Yeah, it looks legit. It's kind
Legit.
of. Why is there two things on it? What's that other thing?
It's a little light.
Oh, it's a light?
Yeah, I don't know. I just put something up there.
That's cool. I
It's
like
got
that.
capabilities of having things mounted to it, so you got constant mount to it.
Yeah, you got to. So Shane's going to mount that later and
Yep.
film some battle reports. Has
yeah.
that been the biggest delay, you think, just not having that top-down camera?
I think, yeah, and like the setup for it was painful.
Yeah.
'Cause, we had like where the tripod is for recording now. Have to pull that out and put it up on top of the table and find something to like balance the extra leg on, and
this-
it's awful. It's terrible.
And this whole space has been a work in progress.
Gress.
What's the dial-up sound? Yeah.
Not that.
Work in progress. That was like that Russian dude. What's that?
Haven't seen it.
Yeah, that one. Yeah,
I haven't
yeah.
seen it.
You haven't seen it?
Nah, not on TikTok, dude.
Stop this video. It's TikTok, dude. Stop Stop listening to us. Go look up Russian singer, and look for a guy that looks like he's a budget Aquaman. He's in like silver. Anyways.
Okay.
Anyways.
Yep.
What was the point of the story?
I don't know.
Yeah. So this whole place has been a work in progress, and it's just now sort of got to the stage where you can probably move things, set things, and actually film battle reports.
Yeah. Yeah.
So hopefully, we can do more of that.
Yep.
What else do you remember anything? I don't
Nah,
remember.
no idea. But what I can take away from setting these kind of goals is expecting things to change. Mate, whole idea of 10th edition got away from me, I think, at the start of the year.
Yeah.
It makes sense that it would be out now, but at the same time, I'm not hyped for it like 8th and 9th edition.
Yeah.
When the Indominus box came out, it was like, far out, I need one of those.
Yeah, yeah.
With this new box, I've pre-ordered one, but it wasn't Like it wasn't like something that I was like, I got to make sure I get it. You know,
Yeah.
Like, which. And the whole new rule set and stuff like that. Like I think I've played like 2 games in 9th edition.
Yeah.
Like GTO was probably 8th edition, right?
I believe it was 9th. Yeah, no, it was 9th.
know, man.
Yeah, you asked. It was 9th. It was 9th.
Sure. Well, that's the most I've played of 9th edition. You know,
One tournament where you played 5 games.
5 games.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yep.
Over this 3-year span that was 9th edition. But that's fair enough. I think there's definitely 2 different types of people playing 40k. I mean, there's lots of different types of people, but I feel like there's the people that want a more casual experience, more your one-page rules audience, but that love the 40k universe more.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got the competitive people who love just like spending hours building lists, you know, watching battle reports of competitive games.
Yeah.
And the problem is 40k can never really like meet both the needs of those groups. No. It's either, and 9th met the need of the competitive community because it was so deep and rich and such a unique experience. No other games really had that level of complexity with stratagems and war gear and all that kind of stuff.
But 8th feels like it was more the opposite.
Yeah.
8th felt like it was more about the less competitive side of things. It was far more streamlined at the start of the edition and
for sure
everything like that. But
and now so you've got your your more competitive players who like a more complex game, super annoyed at what 10th looks like now.
Yep.
And then all the people that like a more casual game excited to get back into it.
Yep.
So yeah, it's tricky. It's a tricky way to. I don't know what they're gonna do because the competitive scene kind of drives the popularity of it. Like I think they want streams, big tournaments, get $1 million prize pools.
Yeah.
Eventually one day, so that it can be a pseudo esports type thing.
Can you imagine like professional competitive Warhammer?
Yes.
You can imagine that?
Yeah, but you know what? Someone sat in that chair a decade ago and said, can you imagine professional tournament competitive League of Legends? Video games? Oh, that's weird. That'll never happen.
Yeah.
Can you imagine professional streamers? XQC just got paid $100 million.
Who?
A streamer just got paid $100 million on a 2-year contract to move from Twitch to Kick. $100 million. That's more than Tom Brady's last contract.
Who?
That's more than some NFL players' contracts.
Not bad for a running back.
How do you exist?
I don't know.
Where is your niche of knowledge? Pipes. That's more than a pipe.
Cast iron pipes.
Yeah. Sell those for $100 million.
Anyway.
Yeah, anyways.
So, one thing I'm focusing on now is probably more so my hobby spending.
Okay,
it was
interesting.
Earlier on, it was like I almost felt like I had to buy something hobby related every fortnight or every week or whatever.
Yeah.
Whether that be a handful of paints or a box of miniatures or some grass tufts or something like that.
Yeah.
And it got to a point where I'm buying stuff with no real intention for it.
No goal.
Nah, it was kind of like I'm buying it because it's cool, right? Which is fine, and with the rise of miniature agnostic games, you can kind of get that, but then also be like, hey, I could use those guys in my 5 parsecs from home campaign or something like that, or I can buy them for a 1-page rules army or something. So there's just so many more options now and miniatures you can take from one range and utilize them in a handful of different games.
Oh, for sure. And I feel like the pinnacle of your hobby spending came to a head when we walked into, what was that place in Sydney?
Combat Company.
And you went to the sale bin. You're like, oh, maybe I'll just grab a little something. And there were some things in there for like $10. I think you looked online and this thing was like, what was it? It was like some Skyrim characters?
Yeah, it was Skyrim, like barbarians or something.
You're like, I'll grab some on sale barbarians.
Yeah, because the box of 5 guys was like $50 online.
Yeah.
And it was in the sale bin, right? So I'm like, if it's 20% off, it's not bad.
Under 50, 5 dudes, characters that you'll use for something.
Yeah.
Sweet. And you take it to the counter. And what'd they say the price was?
I don't know, like $65. I don't know.
And my man, Shane... Most people will be like, oh, I thought it was cheaper than that. I'm going to put it back.
I was standing there
not Shane.
With Gritty. Gritty's mates with this guy. I'm not going to be...
You felt the gun on your hip.
Yeah. Like this, out of towner coming in. telling me what my prices are. I was
Yeah.
just like, oh, okay.
You're like, oh, I'll take 2. That's when you knew I spent too much on hobby.
But and yeah, you know what? That going into that place, it was exactly that. It was like I felt like I had to buy something, right?
Yeah.
And like I ended up just like there was so much GW stuff there that I could have walked out with, like a box of like, I don't know, Kill Team or Necromunda or something.
Yeah, and Combat Company itself is really cool because like they've got a lot of stuff on the shelves that aren't ever on the shelves.
Oh,
when you walk into a hobby store,
They got fine cast and like metal GW miniatures.
Yeah.
That are like, I don't know, ancient.
they had like
still on the shelf.
I think they had like a metal Kroot shaper there, and I was like,
Yeah.
awesome. I
It's
should
been
buy
in
that.
production since like 1995.
Yeah.
I
But I was too scared to take into account in case it was $150.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, one shaper, please. Yeah. Okay. So what are your what plans? What are you putting into? What's the word? What are you putting into? Help me out, YouTube chat. Is this live?
Isn't live,
Oh
no.
no.
It's too late.
What are you putting into action?
What I'm putting in action, I am putting into action. I've got a couple of miniature agnostic games that I'm sort of setting center stage.
Sure.
Like County Road Z.
Sorry, I meant about your spending.
Oh,
You were like, oh, my hobby spending's a problem, and then we didn't kind of deliver. You're aware of it, and that's
yeah.
Admitting it's half the battle.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. I don't buy as much stuff anymore.
Cool. Is that active? Are you actively doing that? Are you going to less stores, or are
Yes.
you just okay?
Yes, I am visiting Guff less.
Yeah, because you're like,
Sorry,
if you
Jim Wolfe.
if you walk in there, you'll buy something.
Absolutely. Like,
So you're like, I just won't walk in there.
yeah,
Problem solved. Simple.
pretty much. No, I think it's more of a control. Like, so, having an idea of like plans. You know, what game I want to focus on will determine what miniatures I buy. You know, you can look at
Yes.
something and be like, oh, geez, this Age of Sigma thing is really cool, and hey, that'd be kind of cool in like a fantasy game.
Yeah.
But I'm not playing any fantasy games right now,
Yeah.
so I'm not buying that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I like that. That's good. I'm actually doing no one asked, but I'm actually doing the same thing.
I'll ask.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I'm doing the same thing.
Oh, cool, dude.
I've got to a similar point to you, I think, where we've got so much hobby.
Yep.
So much that we can play every game we want to play.
Yep.
And now we're sort of lapping games in that there are systems that we've got and played once, or not at all.
Yeah.
And now we're buying new systems. And
Yes.
it's like the same level of excitement we have for these new systems or these new miniatures we would have had originally for these other ones. So it's just kind of trying to, it's mostly an exercise in self-control.
Yeah.
Just trying to be like, I've completely gone off the rails for the last 5 years in hobby, and slowly it's become more reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
And now, I'm also trying to spend less. So much so that I didn't buy pre-order. I haven't touched Leviathan at all.
No.
So, and I go on eBay, and the Neuro Gaunts that I really want
Yep.
are only like $35
For the sprue.
for the sprue
Okay.
of like the 10, or people are saying there's 11. Now there might be 11, but they originally said they showed pictures of 11 beast snaggers in a beast snagger box, but what
Yep.
they did was they showed you the 2 alternate builds,
Ah,
and it's actually just a box of 10.
that's cheeky.
So I need to let us know if there's actually 10 or 11 in there, because
Yeah,
everyone's saying 11.
Wow.
I don't think they're correct.
11 just sounds unusual.
Yeah, but apparently, well, yeah.
Unless it was like 11 miniatures in the box, but one miniature is like one of those bases,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah,
So
I
like
do
the
know.
Necron Warrior says 12 miniatures, but there's like 2 Scarab bases in there.
Yeah. Something interesting that they've done. Yeah, that's more of a. This will be a 40K
That's a
episode.
tangent.
Yeah, that was a tangent that I avoided. That's something else I'm trying to do.
Avoid
Go on less
tangents.
tangents.
Fair.
Yeah, so I haven't bought. I haven't bought Leviathan, and I'm also trying to buy less stuff.
Yeah.
And focus more on existing things, which is so hard, man.
Yep.
It's so hard. Every single day I go on eBay and I type in Leviathan, and I
Yeah.
just look and I'm like, damn, the Terminators would be cool. $70, that's expensive. Obviously, someone's trying to scalp, and I'm supporting a scalper.
Yeah.
Or maybe someone just trying to sell off their Space Marines when they only wanted NIDs, whatever it is.
So,
But I'm like, they're going to be $100 and they come out as a kit.
yep.
$70, 5 cool Termies. I love them. But why?
Why?
But why?
What arm are you going to play him in?
Am I going to, like, I'll build them.
Yeah.
Am I going to actually paint them? And then what?
Yeah,
I'm going to buy a Space Marine army? I don't think so. Anyways. So I'm trying to spend less.
Good. I think that's the thing, especially at the current climate, economic climate we're in. Spend less.
Spend less.
Yeah.
We can go to that place, Spend Less Shoes.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I didn't spend any shoes to begin with. Yeah. That's what I think every time I walk past there. It's like, how can I spend less shoes? I've never spent shoes before.
True.
I spend money. You idiots. Rename your store. Anyways, you were locking in on some games that you're talking about.
Yeah.
So you're going to focus on a few key systems for the rest of the year.
I think so.
That's what you think you're going to do.
That's my plan. I think I'll dabble with 10th edition when it comes out. One of the guys that I play at the Westgate Wargaming Club, we talked about giving it a go.
Having a crack
when it comes out.
It's out.
Probably. Well.
Yeah.
Yeah. But my personal hobby is going to be focusing on a small handful of games that I pretty much already have miniatures for. I don't need to buy anything extra now. Like,
wow,
I've gotten to that point where I've got enough of a collection that you can pick up a rule set and be like, oh, sweet, I can just use, these guys that I've already got, whether they're like Navy breaches from Kill Team or whatever.
Yeah.
Or something random. I don't know. But like, it's like you pick up a game and then go, oh, okay, now I need to source miniatures for it. It's like, oh, I've got pretty much everything I need and maybe like one or two random little things, but not like I need to get everything.
It's a cool challenge to put to yourself as well, because I know if I think about a game, right, like let's say Necropolis.
Yep.
I've got things I could use for Necropolis, but when you get a new game, there is a little cool element of sourcing new miniatures, painting them up in this setting with this game in mind, even if you've got existing ones. So, which is really cool. And if you're so inclined, definitely do that.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a cool challenge for us to go, is there something else we can use? Or am I mostly playing this game because building those models is part of that journey?
Yeah.
Part of the appeal of that game is to create these new minis that excites me or whatever.
Yep.
But if it's like, oh, I just want to dabble in this system, maybe don't put an extra barrier in front of it.
Yeah.
Of having to hobby.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm going to start trying to do that.
That's fair. It is that little appeal though, of getting a new game and then painting up a particular warband just for that.
Yeah.
Because I think it used to be a problem for me early on where it's like I can't not see what that is. It's like and every day of the week that's a Space Marine.
That's a Star Wars Legion clone trooper or whatever. Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
But for some things that's still there because it's just so iconic.
Yeah.
But I feel like there are other things now which are getting easier to distinguish. Like, well, maybe that's a Tyrannid, but it doesn't have to be a Tyrannid. It can be something else.
It could be a vent crawler.
It can be a vent crawler.
Yeah.
It can be, it can be whatever you want it to be.
Space bug. Yeah.
So, breaking down that mental barrier as well, I think helps.
Spending less money, reusing your existing hobby, and focusing on a few niche games.
Yep.
Not niche games. A few games.
Yep.
What are those games you said? Did you say County Road Z?
County Road Z, yep.
Okay.
Operation Last Train.
That's a different game altogether?
Yep.
Wow.
It's a sci-fi game.
Sci-fi? You've talked about it. I just wasn't listening.
It was one of our Unfamiliar Wargame episodes, I think.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. That's sweet.
Yeah. Probably.
And there's no trains in it.
No, there's actually no trains.
I do remember that. I remember thinking, garbage. Call it something about Operation Lots of Trains and there's no trains. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
What? All right. No, keep going. What else you got? County Road Z, Operation No Trains.
Yeah. I don't know. Just a couple little other ones like Space Station Zero and other little games, but that's probably my focus will be on some solo games, indie games.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yep.
I do like that part of the hobby right now. I really love the idea of discovering more games.
Yeah.
Like Acolyte and Necropolis and all the ones you've discovered everywhere. They're everywhere. And there's just so many cool little games getting made all the time. And the 5 Leagues and 5 Parsecs, which are no longer indie games anymore.
No, far out. They are big dogs.
Big dogs.
Yep.
Mediff. So Modifius, for those who don't know, just bought out all of Nordic Weasel's IP, I think. Definitely 5 Leagues, 5 Parsecs, what's the tech? Weasel Tech.
Oh, fair income.
And a heap of others.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe they did, because
Yeah.
I remember seeing 5 leagues and 5 parsecs
Yeah.
that they had purchased, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, that's I mean, they're obviously, Ivan's like 2 big sellers, right?
Yeah.
Games.
Yeah.
And I'm like, geez, I wonder if that includes like 5 clicks from the zone and like the other ones as well. Like,
I don't know. He did. I think he answered some questions the other day, but I haven't quite caught up on all of that.
Yeah.
But the article was funny because it said Modifius buys these 2 games.
Yeah.
And there was like a little line under it that said like, and also the 5 core systems. And then it named a few and then said, etc. I'm like, what's he going to see, etc.? Do you mean everything?
Yeah.
So potentially he's...
Could be.
Now, they kept him on as a lead writer.
oh, you'd have to.
So that's good. Sometimes I worry that companies do that. They put him on a contract, say, you'll be the lead writer for a year because the existing fans, we want them to still know you're at the helm.
Yep.
And then a year from now, when they're locked in... and
Contract doesn't get renewed and yeah.
and
yeah.
they would, if that's the case, they'd make him aware. They'd be like, it's just going to be a 1-year thing after that,
Yep.
Yeah.
knows?
Who knows? Or
Who
maybe he'll
knows?
stay on and just be contracted out, which is a sweet agreement.
Yep.
Best of both worlds. He gets that coin for all of his hard work, which he deserves.
Yeah.
And the game is still being heavily influenced by the brain, which is good.
And I feel like being picked up by that publisher, we're going to see a 4th edition, 5 parsecs.
Yeah.
More expansions.
And things might move faster, like you alluded to, because he doesn't have to do everything.
Nah.
So that might be great.
Yep.
There might be more constant, because those 2 games and the whole system, but those 2 especially, have potential to be like, in my mind, just right up there
Absolutely.
with all the others.
Yep. Yep.
So that's really cool. Really cool.
I would love to see some 5 parsecs minis come out.
Yes.
Like I'm not talking about like STLs. You can throw to a print.
Yeah.
Hard plastic miniatures.
Yummy. That would be cool.
That would be cool.
That'd be very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Those 2 games are definitely something I want to hit hard this year.
Yeah.
But yeah, so my sights are set on Shatterpoint.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Harder than I thought they would be. I kind of bought it and the expansion and went, that's all I'll get. And it might just become a sideline game like Legion and like Armada and Test of Honor. Like, there's really great games, but that we whip out a couple times a year. But after I watched videos, read through the rule book, played it, I was like, I think this is my main game.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I can easily see this being your main game. It's. I think it's scratching the itches that Legion didn't.
Yeah. Yeah. And I said at the start of this year, actually, that I wanted Legion to be my main game for this year.
Yeah.
And so I think this has just taken the spot.
Yeah.
Lower model count, nicer looking models. And like you said, just scratches a better like I want skirmish.
Yeah. Yeah.
Always skirmish. So, yeah, very cool.
Hell yeah.
And I hope I'll play a bit of 10th, but I'm the same as you. I'll probably dabble as much in 10th as I do in OPR. Like, probably just play either of those based on who I'm playing with.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, we'll play OPR, and if I play Reese or Dave or someone, it'll be Warhammer. So, yeah. They'll be just flex games. But 5 parsecs, I hope to just, like, really kick up a gear and get back into.
Yep.
Especially, what the heck is that? Is that your fridge?
Sounds like it's gonna fucking take off, dude.
Is it okay?
I don't know, man.
We didn't require it to do anything more than it was doing previously.
Keep the beer cold.
Is it on a? It's on a slant too.
Yeah.
It's always been like
That's
that.
why the
Though.
door flings open when you open it.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Well, if we don't make it, this is our last episode. Sorry, we had to end on this.
Sounds like it's gonna explode.
Yeah, yeah. It's really G'ing up. I don't know if you can hear that. Hang on, let me. It's directional, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Anyways, so yeah, I want to. That's actually something I had written down, was that I want to keep discovering more new shit.
Yeah.
Discover new games. That's a dot point.
That's a good dot point. Solid dot point.
Those are some of my favorite episodes. Are ones where we've done like
Churchy's going to investigate.
unfamiliar war games, and then so you talk about 2 war games, I talk about 2, and then we normally end up playing one of those.
Absolutely.
A decent amount. And that's my favorite. I'd love to do more unfamiliar war games.
Churchy opened the freezer side of the fridge and it sounded like he opened a portal to Antarctica.
Yeah. Just a blizzard. Just
like a pocket dimension.
a little Inuit falls out.
There's a polar bear in there.
Yeah. There you go. That's crazy. That thing is going to blow up. But what I do want to know is the way we find out about some of our really cool games,
Yep.
our unfamiliar games, is from like the homies.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're watching this, somehow still listening, about two people ramble about their own hobby goals and plans.
Ramble in bold.
In bold.
Yeah.
Ramble in bold.
Yeah.
Is bold with speech just yelling?
That's caps lock.
That's caps.
Yeah,
so what's
yeah.
bold is just projecting it slightly more.
I think so.
Saying it louder but not
Emphasizing
yelling it. Yeah, emphasizing. Anyway.
Ease up with the bold.
But yeah, chill with the bold.
Caps lock bold.
Yeah, that was italics, man.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like italics is talking properly. Eloquently?
Snobby.
Snobby. Yeah. Anyways. And underline. Nah, okay. Yeah, so if you know any games that we haven't ever talked about, haven't covered, maybe they're new, or you just want to hear us talk about them more, let us know in the comments of this YouTube episode.
Yep.
If you're listening on the Spotify, jump on the YouTubes or in the Discord, let us know.
Yep.
Because I want to find some really cool indie games that are getting made. Not like a raw little 2-page version 0.1.
They're the best ones, dude.
Actually, what was the one we were looking at recently? Anyway, I found a game that was like version 0.7.
Yeah.
And it was really good. It was fantastic.
Like no art. It's just like
AI generated
it's
art.
just like Google Doc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Give us more of those. More of them.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm keen to hit up more Parsecs because we're doing our campaign. It's the
Yeah.
first month of our campaign.
Oh yeah.
So
it is kicking off.
I'll be playing my mission this week. I think
Yep.
you are too.
Yeah. Yep.
And we'll probably do an episode about that very soon as well.
Yep.
So keen to get that cranking.
Yeah, we started that sort of last year. Was it last year? Or was it this year? I can't remember. Anyway, we realised we bit off maybe more than we could chew,
Yeah.
and now we've subcontracted the all of it out.
Yeah.
And it is much better.
Yeah.
So
it
check
is.
out the Discord.
Yeah.
It
is way better.
There's room for everyone who wants to participate in an international multiplayer 5 parsecs from home campaign.
Yeah, it's really cool. And there's a full suite of channels in there that you'll be given access to once you jump in on the campaign. But if
Yep.
you're keen, jump in the Discord,
Yeah.
hit us up about it. There's a Parsecs channel there, and just do stuff. Just do stuff. Just ask us.
Show us what you got.
Show us what you got. What I need to get is apparently there's new combat rules for Parsecs. I don't
Okay.
know if that was just like an extra or if it's in a book that I don't know exists.
The Freelancer's Handbook,
Oh, right. Possibly.
I think.
Anyway, apparently they're really good because I did always, once you play the combat system a few times,
Yeah.
it kind of left me wanting.
Yeah.
So I like the idea that there's a new combat system. But yeah, anyways.
Yep. The combat system from 5 Leagues is good.
Yes, it is good.
very good.
It's very good indeedy. Yeah, I do like that. So yeah, I hope to play those two systems more.
Yep.
Leagues, Parsecs, Shatterpoint, Bulk,
Hell
dabbling a little bit of OPR 40k.
Yep. Are you saying OPR 40k? Are you calling 10th edition? Or are you saying OPR / 40k?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you were
Yeah.
calling 10th edition OPR.
I mean, it's the same. It's a show corporate. What's the meme?
These are the same picture.
Yeah, exactly. What do you mean? Leaders can attach to a unit?
Yeah.
And in fact, I would say OPR list building is more complicated.
Yep.
Anyways, that's neither here nor there. It's neither here nor there.
Every voice message you sent me in the last week, you've said that.
What?
It's neither here nor there.
Because most of the time, that's true of everything that I say. It's neither here nor there.
Yeah,
It's-
indeed.
It's spend less shoes, bro.
That's italics there, bro.
That's italics. That's question marks. That's asterisks. Yeah, so that's cool. I think that's a bit of a shift from our plans at the start of the year.
Yeah.
Because I remember mine was 40k wasn't on the horizon for either of us.
Nah.
Star Wars Legion was big in my view. I don't even know where that is. I don't even know where that is. in my brain.
Where your miniatures are?
Oh no,
or-
I know where they are.
Oh, okay.
They're painted front and center in my house. They're like
Yeah.
one of the only collections of minis that are fully painted.
Yeah.
Of multiple armies that I could pick off the table and play. But why would I? I got Shatterpoint now.
True.
It's new and shiny.
It's
and
fun.
And fun.
It's fun.
It's different.
It's very fun.
I did have a segment actually that I forgot about to play at the start of the thing.
Well, let's play it at the end.
That sentence made no sense.
Yeah,
but it's neither here nor
I
there.
understand.
Neither here nor there. All right, so the segment chain is called Sell 2, Buy 1.
Let me guess. I have to pick 2 things I would sell and 1 thing I would buy.
That's just good naming convention for you to identify the root of the game. Yep.
Well done.
So you are forced to sell 2 of your systems.
Okay. Yeah.
That can be something like a miniature agnostic game.
Yep.
But the idea is that if you sell out of it, you never play it again.
Yeah, okay.
And you're forced to buy a new one you don't own.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
A new one I don't own.
Yeah.
Spicy.
Yeah.
Very spicy.
Start with a sale. What do you?
What would I sell? Legion.
You would sell Legion. You
Yeah.
tried to sell Legion, so that's not a surprise at all. But you can never play it again.
Nah.
Yeah, you don't need to. Yeah, that's fine. It's a good one. All right.
Yeah, yeah. That's a
So if you're a fan of Star Wars Legion, this is not the podcast for you.
Sorry.
Go check out Someone Good
yeah. Elsewhere.
elsewhere.
Oh man.
There's a good Legion.
Armada maybe.
Armada.
Like if I had to, like
Yeah.
yeah.
Never play it again though. It's just a fun little bash around.
It is fun, but there's a few other fun little bash rounds.
Yeah, but they don't have pirate ships. Unless they do, in which case, let us know. We'll cover that on our Unfamiliar War Games.
Man, I couldn't think of one that I don't already.
Is there one that you haven't... Oh, I mean, does X-Wing count because you got a box of X-Wing somewhere?
That probably falls under like Legion.
Just throwing all your Star Wars shit away.
Yeah.
I hate it. I'll be honest, guys, I don't even like Star Wars. More of a Star Trek guy.
God no.
All right, and what would you buy?
I don't know.
You got all this money from selling your Legion stuff.
I couldn't give it away, man.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know. Probably a historical.
Oh, okay.
I'd say historical, not like bolt action. Maybe bolt action. Nah, not bolt action.
Here we go. Here we go.
World War II.
Okay, World War II,
Yeah.
historical.
Something.
Yeah, we don't have any World War II games.
Nah.
That would be cool. Bolt action would be cool. We should get that.
Should get bolt action.
Should get bolt action. Yeah, no, we did. Did we sell? No, I've still got mine.
I'm giving one to Ollie.
Oh, fair enough. So
It was a part of an exchange.
Okay.
He painted some miniatures for me.
sweet.
Yeah, it was Illuminators.
Yeah, which looks sweet.
They do.
They do look sweet. Oh, good job, Ollie.
Your
Anyways,
turn.
well, now I'm nervous to say anything because like people who like the things I sell will stop listening to us. Actually, I don't have much left. You know, I did a big hobby cull and everything I kind of did that. I kind of just went, I'm not touching this, so see you later. So I really don't have anything currently that I wouldn't ever play again.
Okay.
I just couldn't.
What about things that you don't own, but like you would just like write off, and it'd be a point where it's like you will never own them, you will never buy them, you never play them.
Yeah, gosh. I don't know. I feel like I stand by my choices. I re-listened to our episode not long ago of, what was it, like top hobby games we'll never play?
Yeah.
And
Malifaux.
yeah, yours was Malifaux for sure.
Zombie babies, dude.
I know, dude. I don't blame
What's
you
up with that?
for writing off. And you know what? We've never touched those games.
Nah.
The ones that we said in there. So I think probably something from that list. Can't really remember. I think games that require a lot.
Yep.
Time-wise from you, like Blood Bowl and Marvel Crisis Protocol. I feel like those 2 games I'll just never touch and play because it's like there's not too much hobby to them, but they're kind of it feels like there's a bit of a time investment.
Yep.
It's new everything. Like it's not like you use existing terrain or existing minis. Like it's a new everything.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't. And if I could buy into something right now, it would just be more Shatterpoint.
You can't. You've already got that.
Yeah, but I want more of it. See what's on the
if I
table.
knew that was the rule.
No, you're right. I should adhere to my own rules. Probably. I make these
Armada?
segments for you. Buy into Armada, as in the
Sorry, Star Wars Armada.
Star Wars Armada. Oh yeah, it's always been there. Just
looks so cool, man.
yeah. I mean, I imagine you buy into this thing, and you and if I had time, sure. Yeah, I'm sure. Why not?
Yep.
Armada.
Cool.
Trying to think. Probably Age of Sigma. I don't currently have
True.
Age of Sigma, so I'd probably just go back into that
True.
and actually play it. But
Nice.
yeah, anyways.
Well, cool.
So that's kind of what we're up to.
Yeah.
And I guess the games that we look at there, plus all the new ones we're finding, dictate the direction that the podcast will inadvertently head. It always goes where we go.
It does, yeah,
because it is us.
And it's an ever, it's an ever changing thing. Like we discover a new game, we play it for a while. Some things stick.
Yeah.
We continue to play. Some things they fade out.
Yeah.
So like, I think it's awesome being able to experience all these different games and play so many and not be so pigeonholed into one sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is interesting. I don't know if I would rather play one game that I really love every day of the every week of the year.
Yep.
And play 50 games over the course of the year of Necropolis.
Yeah.
Or if I would rather play 50 different games.
Yep.
Never really just dipping my toes and sampling all these different things.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I like doing both.
True.
I would love to be invested in the game, but then the podcast would just would become that podcast.
Yeah. Yep.
Like we almost became a Parsecs podcast.
Got close.
It got close. There's still time.
There's still time. Yep.
Cool. Yeah.
Sweet.
Awesome. Thanks for listening. But most importantly, this is the start of a discussion.
Yes.
That's all this is.
Yep.
That's all our episodes
primer.
ever are. A primer.
Yep.
Unlike Games Workshop's paints. This is actually a primer. I had that conversation with Gritty earlier.
Okay.
Again.
Yep.
Anyways, we want to know from you in the Discord, in the YouTube, however in the emails, hobbyhomies@gmail.com.
Yep.
Let us know what are your few games you're smacking. What's some things that have changed for you over the last few? Like everyone goes in the year with goals.
Yeah.
How have yours done 180s? Have you dropped games you thought you'd be hyped about?
Done
Let us know.
360 and walk away.
Yeah, Pivot City, baby. Let us know. We'd love to hear from you.
Hell yeah. Check out hobbyhomies.com for links to all the stuff. From there, you can find links to our Patreon as well. For as little as $2 a month, you get early access to videos like this. You get each tier has different rewards, shout outs, flash little name, colored name in Discord.
Bro.
And our
Colored Discord
eternal gratitude.
Yes, and it is eternal because one day we will pass from this world. But our thanks to you, well, it'll actually technically go with us.
Yeah.
You'll
but
stop getting
it'll be
it, but-
recorded in history.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
If YouTube's still around in 3 years.
Who knows by then? Probably not.
Yeah, anyways. Thank you so much.
Yep. Massive shout out to our patrons. As always, we've got Burnsy, Final Dinosaur, Lethal, Gridlock, Axe Annex, MJ, Whack the Ewok, Test Dummy, and Black Apollo.
We've got Brandon W, Moose, Elko, Churchy, thanks Churchy, Rad, Ollie, Hawkers, Penny, Agro, Don Hua Don, Pure Blind, and Big Roach. Thank you all for your continued support. You may listen to episodes like this and be like, who are these guys?
We do other stuff that focus on games, not just us.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
most of our episodes thankfully focus on games,
Yeah.
but some people apparently are interested in us.
Apparently.
And that's very nice.
Thank you.
So thank you. Toodles.
See ya.
Woo! Big up to the boys, Fox and Shane. Set your minds free, no locks and chains. Do what you love, roll the dice. 50-50, we cold as ice. One thing cold, but the penny turn red. Can't let that shit down in my head, war gaming.